Is with us. Good morning, Brenda Talent.
Good morning, McGraw.
Sorry, I'm on fumes here. You are the CEO of the Show Me Institute. And what is your advice for the beleaguered bicameral down in Jefferson City?
Get your focus.
Yes.
Stay focused.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to them?
I'm talking to them. You
Okay.
asked me what would I say to them,
Well,
right?
I thought you were talking to me. Get focused, stay focused. Okay, all right.
Well, if the shoe fits, get focused,
Yes.
stay focused,
Yes.
and get the stuff that will make a difference for the people of Missouri across the finish line. Don't look for reasons not to.
Well, that's interesting. What is being held up by all of this scandal down there?
Well, I think the leadership for both houses would say nothing's being held up. We're busy working.
Right.
Although you hear discussions about the fact, well, maybe we'll hold on to some bills because we don't want them to go to the governor's desk. You hear about, well, maybe we need to focus on getting this impeachment process moving forward. At least they put that to the side and said, we're going to go to a special session.
Right.
But the other thing you see is you just see bills, of course, and I know they often wait till the last minute, and
Right.
we have about 4 weeks.
Right.
But there are bills that have been sitting there ready to move forward for a number of weeks, and they're not moving forward. They do seem to be able to get the spending across the finish line, but there are bills for educational reform, public sector reform, tax reform, and they just seem to, each house passes their own bills, but then you've got to bring them together and figure out where there's common ground.
It's actually a very good point because they're calling for a special session when the idea would be that could then handle whatever comes out of these trials and whatever else. So you want to play let's impeach the governor, you have the special session ready to go or making the right. So what are you doing in this last month? You don't have the excuse of the governor scandals.
Exactly. I mean, there's important people's business to get done. Get it done. Again, I think that last year we saw a lot of excuses about filibusters and those types of things as a reason why not as much was done. There were some good things that came out of last year's session. And this year, I'm worried that we're seeing the ground being set for, well, we have these distractions. And I really hope that the leadership sticks with their current mantra, which is, no, we're going to get the people's business done. So I would say go and get it done.
Right, yeah. No, it's interesting. But this is the argument people say is, well, first of all, we all know that it's much easier to block something than get something done, even if one party owns the entire town and all the lever powers.
Well, and if the leadership's going to allow them to do so without calling the previous question, you're correct.
Right, yeah. I mean, you can. It's much easier to do nothing. And also what they do politically is let's wait because we'll have more power next session, next election, right? Let's hold. No, I don't want to compromise here. We'll go for the home run next time as opposed to compromising today, right? We see that all the time.
How many years have we sort of heard
No,
that mantra? Yes.
I'm with you,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, legendary legislation that never comes back around again because that moment's passed and it didn't get through because one side or the other wanted more.
Or that you're correct, McGraw, that there's an unwillingness to compromise. It's on my way or the highway.
Right.
I don't know how much of that is going on so much as, there's this, and I don't know what you would call it, a malaise, or whether it really is just individuals who really don't want the kind of reform that's being pushed that would help our state move forward.
Yeah. It is interesting, though, and this is almost like an interesting experiment as well, because it's all owned by the same party. The same message.
Super majorities
Right.
in both houses, a governor of the same party, although there's obviously tension there. But yeah, I think that for the citizens of Missouri, the question is like, if you're not going to get it done now, well, when are you going to get it done?
Right. I mean, that's the amazing thing. They all get elected on the same message, right? They all have the same, right? They're all on the same team. They all have the same message, and they still can't get together.
Unfortunately, McGraw, they've got 4 weeks to show us that we're wrong and we're worried about nothing.
We'll see what happens. It's never a dull moment around here. All right. More on line with this stuff?
Absolutely. ShowMeInstitute.org.
All right. And is there a place there where do you track bills on there or sort of? ones you're sort of paying attention to?
We write blogs about the reforms that we've been talking about from a free market perspective, but we're not tracking the actual legislation because we're a public charity.
That is correct. Brenda Talent, CEO of the Show Me Institute. Have a good day. Thanks.
You too, McGraw.
Show Me Institute.